Awesome, everybody. Spark from Wavescape here with a very belated second surf report by video for 2022. And we're going to be focusing on this 21-second swell that's going to be arriving on Sunday at midnight next week. So that's from Thursday the 28th. As you can see, there's a big beast of a storm, 2,600 nautical miles from Cape Town. And it's doing its thing. Looks like it's pointing slightly in the wrong direction, but we are going to be getting plenty of swell next week. And in fact, if I had to show you distances we're talking about, here it is, 2,597 nautical miles. That's how far that swell's got to travel. And it's going to take exactly 3 days to do it. So from Thursday to Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, Sunday at night. So make that 3.5 days. So in that time, that swell will have spaced right out and will have decayed quite dramatically. In fact, if you look at the arrival of that swell, 21 seconds, 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday next week, 8 foot at 21 seconds. So it looks good on paper or on screen, so to speak. 8 o'clock in the morning, it's 19 seconds now, and that's the forerunners. So those are the fastest moving swells from the storm, and they're going to be extremely slow, very slow. You're going to get sort of maybe even 10, 15, 20-minute gaps between some sets. So it might be a little bit disappointing, but when they do arrive, they'll be super crunchy with lots of energy, low slung exponential energy, like gliding through the ocean for 3.5 days, so packing plenty of punch. And all around South Africa, actually, there's a fair bit of swell, some leftovers from another storm. And if we had to look at the wind on Monday morning, it looks pretty good for certainly the west coast with Kif, berg winds and glassy conditions up the west coast just north of Cape Town. And then in the deep south, also nice conditions, kind of glassy, light easterlies going a bit southerly to southwesterly, especially up the west coast. And then easterlies are going to blow all the way up the east coast, and that swell's going to be slow to arrive. But you guys will have your moment in the sun pretty much on Saturday, because there's westerly winds blowing all day Saturday and westerly winds blowing all day Sunday, going beautiful and glassy in the Southern Cape between PE and basically Cape Agulhas, and there's plenty of swell around. It will start picking up from that first storm that you might have seen in the first image there, first screen of the charts. And there's enough south in it to produce some fairly good waves all the way along the coast. And hopefully you guys in KZN are recovering from that shit show that you had. Brown water, hopefully that's starting to clear, because you're getting some fairly nice southerly swells, and it's all the way around the coast. So in those westerlies, you should be getting lacquer waves. And then on the west coast, also, there's 8 foot at 15 seconds, a southwesterly swell, which sort of starts much smaller on Saturday, southerly at 8 foot at 11 seconds. So I'm really not registering much. So Sunday looks like a cool day to surf in the Western Cape with fairly good winds. I mean, you're looking at light to moderate southeasterlies around the Cape Metropole and Cape Peninsula, and then glassy conditions and Kif northwesterly conditions in the Southern Cape, and westerlies blowing on Sunday all the way up the coast. And then in the west coast, it seems to glass off in places. Finally getting some Kif autumn conditions when things glass off nicely. And then, all the way into the week, so, if you want to play truant or break out of jail, probably would be a good time to do it early Monday morning so that you can hit the Dawny with some nice conditions. And then Tuesday, as is the case often with these long-tailed swells, the swell lasts for quite a long time. And as you can see, 9 foot at 15 seconds still going on in the southern Eastern Cape areas. Cape Town still also getting 8 foot at 14 seconds well into Tuesday. And then even by Wednesday, there's a little bit of swell left over, but it's starting to peter out now. Still some surf in the Eastern Cape as well. And wind-wise, it's gone a bit onshore though. And southeasterlies back in Cape Town. Anyway, that's it. I just thought I'd give you a heads up about that Kif-looking swell, but just be warned, low and slow, but with energy above its weight. Okay guys, have a good one. See you in the water. Cheers.